Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and Senia.
Hey, Tampa Bay. Welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial. And guys, we've got a great show for you today. I've been saying this for the longest time, that one day I'm going to end up doing this show by myself. And guess what? Today we were this close. We had a couple of guests back out at the last minute, and luckily my good friend Iliana Stoilova from XForce Body, the founder right here in Tampa, who I've been with for 6 years, said that she could come on the show today instead of next week. So that's going to be super exciting. I want you guys to check that out. Matter of fact, I'm going to get Iliana on our Instagram right now so you can see her lovely face. I'm going to do a new invitation to her. But while we wait to talk to Iliana, which is going to start in the second segment, I would like to do a 2025 monologue. Now, that doesn't mean that I'm going to go ahead and go through everything that happened in 2025, but I was expecting to do the show completely by myself today, so I prepared for it. And, you know, in radio, I know a lot of people think, oh, all us radio guys, you know, we come in and we have the show set up for us and producers do it for us, and we just come in and read from scripts and read lines. And guys, that is actually not true. Most radio co-hosts radio hosts are responsible for doing their own production, their own show, their own notes. And I'm no different. I've been doing this for about 12 years now on 970 WFLA, iHeartRadio, other channels here locally in Tampa. And guys, I wasn't born this good. I was actually nervous the first couple times that I did a radio show. I started with Jamie Rand, actually, on That Business Show. Not Jamie Rand, Jamie Maloney, on That Business Show about 12 years ago. I was asked to co-host one of his shows, and I went in and did it on the weekend, and I got countless phone calls of people saying, man, you've got it. You've got the it factor. I was more excited to listen to your show than other shows that I normally listen to. You need to do radio. And so Frank was born. Now, I wasn't Frank the Bank back then. I was just Frank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group at the time. I think I was in business, how long? About 15 years, probably. No, about 13 years probably at the time. So I've grown a lot in my career. I've grown a lot as a broadcaster. I've grown a lot as a mortgage professional and as a business owner. Started many businesses since then. And it's been up and down. But you know what I've stuck with is radio. I really like speaking my mind. I like speaking to you. I like bringing news to you, a perspective on the market that you might not get elsewhere, a very real and honest perspective. And, you know, sometimes I even talk about politics. You don't see me post about that line that often, but guys, sometimes I feel that it's just important. Sometimes you have to speak your mind, and today's going to be one of them. But I'm going to wait to talk about that until we get Iliana on the picture and camera and everything we're doing over here. I'm going to re-invite her again so she can get on, and we'll make sure we get her on by the time we start the second segment. But this last week, sadly, we had a political assassination in our country. And I know I said I wasn't going to talk about this, but this is how it works with radio. Sometimes you just do what comes to mind. But last week we had something happen that I hope we never see happen in our country ever again. And we had someone assassinated for words, for things that they were saying. And guys, nobody should be expected to agree with what anybody says 100% of the time. I don't agree with people 100% of the time ever. I don't care if I voted for Donald Trump or Mickey Mouse. I'm not going to agree all the time. But the one thing that I think we can all agree on is there's no place in this world for violence when it comes to political speech, regular speech, free speech, anything. We should be able to say anything in this country without the fear of violence. My wife was scared for me after that assassination. She was scared. She said, be careful what you say, honey. Be careful who you talk to. But that's not right. That's not how we should think in this country. We should not walk out the door and say, God, you know what? Am I going to get shot because I just said this? No. And Charlie said something that really resonated. It's when speech stops, violence begins. You cannot let things like this get you down. You cannot let them stop you from speaking. You have to be able to speak your mind without the fear of violence. It's never the right thing in our society. Too many people have died. Too many people have spilled their blood for us to have this right. And don't let this get taken away. So speak up. Speak up and care for each other. Now, Illy and I are going to talk about this, I'm sure, because Illy was born in a communist country, if you didn't know that. And I'm not going to spoil her section right now, but we're going to talk about where she came from and how her belief might be even a little bit different than ours. Because not for nothing, if you're born into a certain caste or system or income or class level or whatever, then that is what you know. And maybe you don't have the other perspective, but we're going to give it to you today. And we're also going to talk about what you can do to make yourself better, whether it's just being kind or free speech or caring or helping one another, or maybe it's focusing on your health. Because the one thing we don't do is focus on our health enough. We work hard, we move throughout the day, and we just forget about our bodies. We forget about our temples. We forget that, yeah, we jump in this beautiful car and we're happy and we're driving down the road. Like, yeah, I got a nice fancy car. I got my new 4Runner or my new sports car. But you forget that the car you're actually driving is the one that your skin covers. It's your body. That is the most expensive vehicle you're ever going to own. The most expensive vehicle you're ever going to buy. So why? Why in the hell are you not changing the oil? Why are you not changing the tires? Why are you not paying attention to your transmission? You do it in your car, and you get a new one every few years. Guess what? The lease you have on your body, that could be a 100-year lease. So why are you treating it like you're going to turn it in 2 years? We're going to talk about that later on the show as well. So before we get into all that, I'm going to talk about the market for a minute. But before we get into the market, we're just going to talk a little bit about sports. I'm not even a big sports guy, but you know what I do? I pay attention to the sports around me. I like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I like the Florida State Seminoles. Guess what? I chose the right teams to like in the first 2 games of the season here this year, because my Buccaneers are 2-0. That's right. They beat Atlanta in Atlanta. Boy, that was a shootout. What a good game. Right? And then last night, if you're watching us live on the Facebook or Instagram, we came in and we almost lost to Houston. But we pulled it off. But you know who really pulled it off? Baker Mayfield. It was the Baker Mayfield show last night. I thought 3 times that guy was injured. I thought he twisted his ankle on one run. I thought he broke his leg on another one. I thought he bruised his ribs on another. That guy kept going and going. When I saw that they had 2 minutes left to get down the field, I knew they had a chance. I knew Baker could do it. And damn it, he did. Talk about a good pickup, Buccaneers. And then we have our receiver squad that is deep. Egbuka kills it. Who's this guy? Out of nowhere. Mike Evans, he's our staple. We know that's going to work. And then you got Godwin coming back. By the way, I put Godwin on my fantasy team. Everybody made fun of me. What are you doing? I'm like, what do you guys think? The guy's not coming back? All I got to do is make it 3 games. And then I got the man. So I'll tell you a secret. I got Godwin. I got Egbuka. I've got Mayfield. All on my fantasy team. Go Bucks. If they don't win, I don't win. But hey, it's my home team, so it's more fun to watch. Florida State. Let's talk about Florida State. My wife and I both went to Florida State. My wife was a cheerleader at Florida State. That's right. I'm that cool. I actually dated and then married a Florida State cheerleader. Now, she was my high school sweetheart, so I got in early on that game. But it was awesome to go to Florida State. We went there during all the years that we started in 97 and went through almost 2002. Right? Actually, we did. My wife did go through 2002. So we saw a bunch of championships. I was joking with her the other day. Every game we went to was a sellout. It was very abnormal for us to lose at all. Now, we just had almost a complete losing season. Won 2 games last year. Now we're starting 2-0. Going into Kent State this weekend. I'm going to that game. Should be a total blowout. It's parents' weekend, though. I don't have kids there yet. Maybe you do. Maybe I'll see you up there. But Florida State Seminoles are killing it, too. It's great to see the Florida teams. Miami's killing it. USF's doing good. Sorry, UF, not looking so good. Kind of a bad start. But it's okay. That Miami FSU game is going to be a big one. You know what's big? You know what's even bigger? The market. We're talking sports. We're going to talk love. We're going to talk politics. We're going to talk health. But before we get into that, you got to listen to me for 2 minutes about the real estate market. The Fed. The Fed is meeting tomorrow. Actually started today. Tomorrow they're going to make an announcement. What does that mean? What does that mean to you as a consumer? I'll tell you what it means. Not that much, but it could be the start of a trend. So the Fed meets tomorrow, and they're going to announce whether they cut rates. If they do cut rates, it'll be the first time this year. So that will be significant. And if they do cut rates, it could be a start of a trend. But I want to explain something to you. It's called baked in. We talked about it a little bit last week. What does the term baked in mean? It means that the news that came out a couple weeks ago that the Fed may lower the rates is already baked into the market. That means the market has already made a decision. It's already moved, expecting a rate cut. So what's my prediction for tomorrow? Well, I think the market wants a 1/4 point drop. I think that's what they expect. So if it drops by 1/4, my recommendation or my prediction, rates are going up. Stock market's going down. Why? Because they already moved in the positive direction 2 weeks ago when they said, we think we're going to lower the rates. So if they lower the rates by more than 1/4, my prediction, stock market will love it. But your 30-year fix is not going down. Why? Because it's not tied to the Fed rate. The 30-year fix is not the Fed rate. It's your home equity line rate and it's your credit card interest rate. But it could start a trend of rates going down. If the rates don't go down by 1/4, market's going to hate it. Rates are going up. I think we're looking for the trend. We need it to drop now. We need it to drop on the next Fed meeting and the next one. And then we kick Powell out. We put somebody in there that aligns with this administration's monetary policy. And next year could be the greatest year we've seen in real estate since COVID. Buckle up, guys. My prediction, rates are going down. Prices are going up. It's going to be a huge year in real estate. I'll keep telling you every week what you need to do. But next week's show is going to be big because we're going to talk about this week's rate cut and find out, did I win the prize or do I need to change my predictions? We'll be back on the Business Happy Hour with Iliana Stoilova of XForce Body. Stay tuned with Frank the Bank on the Business Happy Hour. How was that? That's the first time, listeners, that I've done a solo monologue in the longest time. I can't remember the last time I've ever done that. And I like it. James, you think I could have made it a whole show? Mm-hmm. Illy saved me. That's it. Make some notes. I actually had some funny notes in here that I didn't even do. How long did it take for me to walk in the studio and Illy to get here? I know, right? I'd love it. There you guys go. Frank's out there. You can hire him. It's going to take a lot of money, but you can get him. I'm ready for Illy.
All the best mortgage or real estate advice from Tampa Bay's top experts. It's the Business Happy Hour with Frank the Bank Cotto and Senia Kishina.
All right. Big secret. Senia did not change her hair color. Senia did not go back and have all facial stuff done. It looks like she came from a different European country. This is not Senia. Funny thing is, I was going to say Eastern European, but the two of you are both Eastern European, right?
That's right. Yep.
I'm sad Senia couldn't be here today, but I'm kind of excited because I got to do my monologue, which was fun, which I slightly prepared for. And then Illy said she could come on the show, and Illy was scheduled for next week. But I'm super excited because guess what? I just came from XForce Body, by the way. Illy saw me getting my pump, and Illy, you may. I'm gonna let you make fun of me for a minute. What did I do? So let me frame this. At XForce, you have your two sides, your push and your pull side, right? We're gonna talk a little bit about that and tell you guys what's so special about XForce here, and what it's done for me and what it can do for you. But you guys have a massage bed, one of those water massage beds. And you know what I'm talking about. And she always encourages you after your workout, go lay in the massage bed, relax. And I always take her up on that. I always go lay in the massage bed and I relax. And sometimes I'm kind of like, maybe I'm a little stressed out. I got some stuff on my mind. And Illy's taught me the importance of sleep, and a little tired. And sometimes, I'm feeling a little run down. I'm like, yeah, I wish I could just shut my eyes. So I try to shut my eyes a couple times laying there. But, it's a beautiful facility. It's very bright. It's very nice. Lots of windows. And you guys are all working out and making noise. I hear people like, oh, right? And so I used to put my shirt over my face. Or don't kill me. Sometimes my sweaty underwear, because it's all I had to cover my eyes, because I just want to relax. And what did you see me do today?
Your sleeping mask. Actually, I'm gonna copy you. I love that.
Are you?
Yeah.
I get up.
I
and
gotta take a picture of you in that.
I thought you were taking a picture already.
love it.
So I threw a sleeping mask in my trunk of my car, and I was like, you know what? Why don't I just throw this thing on and get like a real 10-minute nap?
The best.
Illy, I actually borderline fall asleep. Like, it kind of takes you a few minutes.
No, it's great.
But I really do in that massage bed and the way it's like feels and it's hot, or warm, and it's like that natural sound. And I remember I pull it off and you're like, you're wearing a mask. I was like, I was sleeping.
That's great.
And I feel great.
That's awesome.
Thank
That's
you.
the point.
It is.
Naps are very healthy.
I never, as a kid, you're like, I'm not taking a nap.
And now it's the best reward. I know.
But when do we have time to nap? Really?
We make time.
We have to make time.
Yeah.
So it's interesting. At XForce, you guys give us a 30-minute window for our trainer and for our training. And a lot of times I knock it out in 15,
Correct.
right? The
and
workout.
then you have time for the massage.
Yeah. Then I go 5 minutes. I go change, clean up a little bit. And then I've got a 10-minute massage. 30 minutes. I got cleaned up. I got a workout. And I got a nap.
And you change.
And I changed.
To get to work.
To get to work, and look what I'm wearing now, So I know we're kind of jumping the gun. We're going to go backwards here, but that's some of the cool things about XForce is wherever you worked out, you can do that. Wherever you worked out, first of all, that you can get a serious workout that actually affects you and you get sore. That is the key. Is I think people, I don't know, is there science to that? Like, I think if you're sore, that means you got a good workout. No, because you
it's wrong.
tore them.
No, it's wrong.
It's wrong.
You don't want to judge the workout
Okay.
by the level of soreness. Because soreness means that you did something new, something you haven't done in a while. If you're getting sore all the time, it means the recovery is insufficient, meaning not enough sleep, the nutrition is not on point, or you're not hydrated, but you shouldn't be always sore.
What do you think? Like a couple times a month you should be sore?
You should feel like you had a workout,
Right.
but not sore.
No, it doesn't hurt. It's a good sore. It's like makes me feel like the next
Correct.
day I'm like, oh yeah, like that
But
tells
you-
me I did
correct.
something good.
It's I feel like I did something,
Right.
But it's not the soreness like you did it after the first workout. It should
No,
never- yeah.
no. Not that soreness.
Right.
By the way, the first workout you do with Illy, that soreness is a different soreness. The next day you're going to be like, I don't want to walk upstairs.
Right.
Especially if you put them on the leg press.
Yeah.
But that.
But a lot of
not
people will judge the quality of the workout
By how
by the
sore.
level of soreness.
Interesting.
And if you've done something for a year, 2 years, 3,
Right.
you're not going to get as sore
Right.
as after the first few times. But because your body is adapting better to the stimulus at this point. Right?
Got it.
But if you go to failure or as close to failure, I don't want to say not everybody can
Oh, no.
mentally
I like failure.
go correct, but not everybody.
They don't like that.
Not because it's uncomfortable.
Right.
Comfort is a very dangerous drug, and not everybody wants to get out of that mindset. But even when you get close to failure, you're going to get results.
Right.
But this is when your body gets the right stimulus,
Right.
and then over time, you adapt better.
I agree. And is that why they mix it up a little sometimes too?
Yeah,
Like,
sometimes for variety, but
right. And I feel like that definitely hits the muscles a little harder. Like instead of going from machine 1 to 7, you go 7 to 1,
correct.
or
This
you
is
mix
for-
it up a little.
It's called the protocol or the order of the exercises.
Okay.
Right? Sometimes we switch that for variety,
Right.
but at the end of the day, we only have so many muscles.
Right.
And the goal is to take each muscle group, break it down, then you move on to the next muscle group. And it's actually very simple science.
It
But
really
people
is.
overcomplicate it. You don't need an hour.
No.
You don't need even half an hour is too long.
You know what I
right?
want to bust? I don't know if we have time for this, but the thing that really resonated with me, you've taught me years ago, is that whole BS about back and by, chest and try, leg day.
Old school.
It's
Like,
and it was made up by like a scientist, right, who had no idea. It was like
There's-
it was a recovery thing he made up with sets and all this BS.
actually zero scientific evidence behind this. The body split,
Right.
they call it the bro split.
Right.
Zero scientific evidence.
It's actually the opposite because we want to work out the whole body and then give time for recovery.
Which we know now because of all the research.
Right.
And it actually proved that recovery is a process that comes from the body, your recovering systems,
Right.
And the recovering systems, they don't know where the stress is coming from.
Right.
Is it from legs? Is it from having the flu? Is it from running a marathon?
Mm-hmm.
So when we train full body, we provide sufficient recovery.
Right.
So, and actually 2016 study says that each muscle group needs 2 times a week. That's it.
Yep.
So we do it. Full body, twice a week, you're good to go.
Ironically, that's exactly what we do at XForce.
Correct.
And then we give you 2 days off because you need 2 days of recovery for your muscles to get back. And the way I explain it to me, I got 30 seconds, is you have a circulatory system. You have a nervous system. You have an immune system. Well, what happens when you're run down? The systems don't work well, right?
You're overtraining.
You're overtraining. Same thing. You have a muscular system. Why are you running that engine every day? Let it cool off. That's what makes it work better.
Of course.
Right? Okay, so we're going to take a break in the Business Happy Hour. When we get back, you know a little bit about XForce now. We're going to talk about life, politics, and freedom with Illy and XForce Body. Stay tuned. All right. Good listener. Let me get a little wave to everybody in here today. Thanks for joining, Instagrammers. Make sure you guys share this out for us. My lovely wife has joined today. Hello, Nicole. I don't know if you heard me talking about you in the first segment or not. I think if you did, I'll probably get a good dinner. My dinner last night was phenomenal. For all of you guys, she made what we call unstuffed peppers, where you do rice and little veggies and cut up some peppers with some meat in there. And
nice.
used to stuff the peppers is what it was. And we'd stuff the pepper with all the meat and the rice and and whatever cream cheese. It makes it real creamy and delicious. And then my daughter's like, don't stuff the peppers. I don't want to stuff. So my wife tricked her. She cut the peppers up and put them in there. And now we serve it to them in a bowl and we call it unstuffed peppers.
That's funny.
And now she eats the peppers. Hey, Lily, you're eating peppers. Anyway.
You just gave it away.
I know.
That's funny.
Good thing my daughter doesn't listen to the show. Now my son, on the other hand, he's probably forwarding this to her right now, being like, look what they did. But my son loves it. So girls and boys, so
That's
much different.
smart. It's all about perspective.
It is perspective. And then the vitamins, like she won't take a vitamin, but if you put it on a strawberry, she'll take one.
That's funny.
Not two. All right, let's do it.
Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, Ksenia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and Ksenia.
Hey, Tampa Bay, it's Frank the Bank. Back with Lincoln Lending Group and the Business Happy Hour with my amazing co-host and friend, Iliana Stoilova from XForce Body. Illy, I know I always say it. You helped with my journey. I'm changing what I'm saying now. Illy provided me the platform to help me grow in my journey, and I'm not going to leave my wife out on this one. My wife cooked for me and measured my meals out for me for at least the first probably 60 or 90 days. And guys, that's what it takes when you make a commitment, when you have to form a habit. And I think a lot of people, Illy, don't work out because maybe the habit they have to form is too big. And you know, I get it. We have life. I've got 2 teenagers. I've got multiple businesses. I want to keep myself healthy. I've got things going on all around me all the time. And the first thing people do is say, God, I just don't have time to go to the gym, right? Well, no crap if you're going 6 days a week, right? It's easy because you're like, I just won't go tomorrow. I'll just skip this day. It's not going to hurt me. You didn't form the habit properly if you're doing that. Maybe the habit's not important enough to you, or maybe you overcommitted yourself. So if you're the type of guy who thinks a 5-6 day habit is too hard, then you've got XForce Body.
Yeah, you can go 6 days a week if you don't have anything else to do. Like there's people
Right.
who they're looking to fill up their time with stuff or avoid stuff that. But for people who are working, family, productive, they don't have time to be in the gym for 6 times, 5 times, and they don't need to.
Right.
But again, there's a lot of misconceptions and a lot of myths out there. And,
Right.
more is better.
No.
Well, not when it comes to exercise, because you know how we say, well, exercise is medicine.
Right.
Don't we dose medicine a certain way?
Oh, you mean, wait, you don't take the whole bottle of amoxicillin and pour it
Exactly.
down your throat on Monday?
Exactly.
That doesn't work?
Exactly. So when we think about, and I love the word common sense,
Right.
and when people, well, you need to be in the gym 6 days a week, but why?
Right.
Why do I need to go to the gym 6 days a week?
Right.
You don't need to.
No.
And the science and the logic and the common sense tells us that the body builds and repairs when you're not in the gym.
That's right.
The gym is just the stimulus to provide the dose of the medication, right? The dose that you provide. Then later the body changes and builds and gets stronger when you're not in the gym.
Right.
So the question is, what is the perfect dose? And over the last 50 years of research, starting with the Nautilus PhD,
yeah.
Dr. Ellington Darden, Arthur Jones, they did studies for over 60 years, right?
Okay.
We have over 800 people that have been through our studies.
Okay.
We found a sweet spot, and it's actually 2 days a week with at least 48-hour recovery in between.
Got it.
Because guess what? 99% of the muscle building happens when you sleep.
Yes.
You don't build muscle in the gym.
So wait, hold on. You're telling me it's important to sleep?
The most important.
How much sleep should someone get?
Between 7 and 9 hours every night.
Got it. Now I'm gonna tell you, I test everything Illy told me I tested. All right. I weighed myself for probably the first. She yells at me every time. She's like, "Stop looking at the scale." I still look at it anyway. I weighed myself every day for the first year, at least probably for 2 years. Every morning, every evening, wearing the same thing, same routine, bathroom, no bathroom, whatever. And I timed my sleep. And if I got under 6 hours, let's say just 6 hours or so, compared to over 7.5 or 8, there was, I am not BSing you, at least a 3-pound difference. And I did this for a year. So I didn't believe it. The truth is, I didn't believe anything.
You don't
me.
yes.
I didn't believe a damn thing. And I go and I test it. And even my VP, Jeff, he hears me. He's like, "Dude, I just told you." I was like, "Sorry, I had to double check." I'm just that guy. I did it, and it is true. You burn more when you sleep. The water thing, you tell us to drink a gallon of water. You know what she
Only
tells
in
me?
the beginning. Only in the beginning.
What? Drinking the water?
Yeah, the gallon of water is the beginning when you want to lose the most. Now remember, you lost over 30 pounds of fat.
40. Well, yeah, you're
But there
right.
was fat.
30 pounds of fat, probably.
So
yeah.
when somebody has to lose that amount of fat, drinking the gallon is critical.
Okay.
Right now, you are now in maintenance.
Okay.
You don't need to drink a gallon. You're fine between 70 and 100 ounces. You're good.
Okay. Interesting.
Unless you're at the beach sweating,
Right.
drinking alcohol, then you got to up the water, okay?
Right.
But
you taught me something ancient about the body.
What?
I didn't mean to cut you off. That you look more vascular because your body holds less water when you drink more water. And you taught me it's because our ancient bodies had to search for water. We may have to like walk 50 miles to find water. So our body, if you didn't have a lot of water, was created to hold water.
Yes.
But when you have a plethora of water, the body says, "I don't need to hold water." So it releases the water.
Correct.
And you actually dude, I had veins popping out in my arms that I didn't even know existed. And sometimes when I want to see that again, I just drink a crap load of water
Right.
for a couple of days. It works. I also think it makes you healthy.
The body is an amazing instrument, and it's an amazing system. But again, everything needs to be dosed correctly in order for the system to function right. And with exercises, exercise is a form of stress to the systems. And a great question that sometimes helps people understand is, what do you think changes your body? What changes it? Is it the water? Is it the workout? Is it the sleep? Is it the nutrition? Which one is it?
All of them.
And the answer is this. The body changes the body. We just need to provide the right conditions, right? Too much exercise is going to cause you to be overtrained, is going to cause you to get injured because your ligaments, tendons, the soft tissue, it's not healing properly. Overtraining can weaken your immune system. Remember what happened to the show, all these people from The Biggest Loser?
Right.
They got sick. They gained all of it back because it wasn't sustainable. It was too much of everything, right? They got into a bunch of lawsuits for health.
Really?
Oh, yeah. They got destroyed. There's a documentary on it on Netflix. Anyway.
I didn't know that.
But no, I knew this from before. They got into a bunch of... I follow all these health gimmicks.
Yeah.
How they last over time.
Yeah.
Because what I'm teaching and preaching has been around for over 60 years. And to this day, I practice it and preach it, and it still works. Nobody...
No, I want to go off topic real quick because I noticed we've got a bunch of young guys, a bunch of high schoolers that go to school with my son, and they just joined into the show. And I just want to ask you before they have to jump off, what's the difference? Is there a difference in somebody who's maybe 15, 16, who's going to work out and they want to build muscle and all this? They have all that testosterone flowing through their veins. Should they be doing anything different than what an adult does?
Nope.
Should they be training the same way? They should still be getting...
I actually have a lot of parents that bring us their teenagers.
Really?
Teenagers in sports and the parent workouts, and they bring us their teenagers because the parent understand the value of a workout that makes you stronger minus the injuries.
So they need to be taking the rest too, just like us.
Yeah, of course.
Right.
I mean, sometimes I wonder, what are these parents doing to their kids? Like, your kid... exhausted.
Right.
Pick one sport for the kid. Your kid is running from here to there to there to there and there. Why is your kid sick all the time?
Right.
I mean, of course they need recovery. I mean, the kids need more sleep than us.
Yeah. Hey, did you kids hear that? By the way,
I mean,
they should be getting 8 hours of sleep, right? I would hope.
Are you kidding me? They should be getting more than 8 hours. 8 hours you need in your adult life. Growing kids and teenagers get over 9 hours they need. This and this is where the school system comes and messes them up.
Right.
Because teenagers, they're not meant to be awake at 6 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
They need that time to sleep. That's why kids are delusional the first 2 hours of school because they need that time. Anyway, but that's a whole different...
It's a whole other show.
The sleep is a whole different topic. But
there you guys go. We got a lobby to the school for you guys that you get to sleep in later.
Like... Exactly.
They really should, though.
The kids would love hearing this, but school needs to start at 10. Not at freaking 7 o'clock in the morning.
And, if they did that, it would actually align with parent schedules, too. Think about that, right? You could drop your kid off, go to work, and you get off and pick them up. I don't understand how some families do it, to be honest.
And sleep is a huge role in remembering, retaining, taking tests. I mean, there's a whole studies done on kids that are properly sleeping.
Right.
And the other group that's not sleeping. Even into ability to take a test and retain information.
Right.
It's crazy because the brain is recovered. But as far as exercise, back to exercise, remember, we need to dose it properly so we can sustain it for a lifetime.
Right.
You can go hard 6 days a week, but you're not going to last more than 2 months.
Right.
Or you're going to be exhausted. You're going to be injured. And all these people that, no rest. I don't take any rest. No rest days. And 2 months later, they're in a hospital bed.
Right.
Do you know?
Getting their rest.
Exactly. They're
for $20,000 a night.
They're forced to take a rest.
Right.
It's sad because we don't need more exercise. We just need to build that. For example, you need to brush and floss in the morning and in the evening, right? Or maybe you floss after each meal.
Right.
But if I sit there and brush all day, am I going to be ahead of the game?
No. You
Probably
can't pre-brush. So on that note, we're going to take a break in the business happy hour and get back. We're going to talk more healthy mind, healthy body with Illy and some tips for you. Stay tuned. We'll be just back in just a minute. I got to run to the restroom real quick. Instagrammer, sorry, I got to run to the bathroom real quick here.
Because you're drinking your water.
I'm drinking my water. I've drank 3 of those already today.
That's why you're in the bathroom all day.
It is.
That was quick.
Yeah. There you go. We work out fast. We use the bathroom fast here on the Business Happy Hour. All right. Last segment. What do you want to focus on?
You tell me. What do you think is going to be interesting and helpful?
Let's talk a little bit about Charlie,
We want to, sure.
and then we'll finish up into inviting people to come to the show. I'm going to ask you, what does the 815 mean or 315 mean?
315.
Yeah.
It's the Miami zip code. No,
Yeah.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm totally joking.
But listen, some people will believe you. What is that? 305. 305. Do they have a 315 as well down
I
there?
don't know, but people
They always
walk
say
in
that.
the studio, they want to buy shirts, and she goes, I want to buy this. My son lives in Miami. I'm like, it's not a zip code.
Sell it to them.
What's the Miami zip code?
305.
305, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
Mr. 305. So my brother-in-law actually knows him. He went to his birthday party a few years ago. Reagan says the guy's a totally normal guy, believe it or not. Like just regular old Miami guy. Reagan. Except for he's Mr. 305. We're ready.
Let's get back to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Kodo, owner of Lincoln Lending Group, and his co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates.
All right, guys, we're back in the Business Happy Hour. We've got Illy, the owner of XForce Body. We're talking all about this stuff. We are going to talk about Charlie Kirk for a minute here because I know it's affecting a lot of you, either way, but we have to chat about that. But before we do, Illy, two things. One, I want people to know they need to know. We keep talking about this amazing thing that you've shown to me in the XForce Body, and I know it's helped hundreds, if not thousands, of people realize their workout dreams and their dieting dreams. By the way, I'm going to throw this out really quickly. I knew I needed to go on a diet when I met Illy 6 years ago, but I was scared of going on a diet. I eat out every day. I'm going to Seasons 52 right after this radio show. I eat out every freaking day and then at least twice on the weekends, right? How am I supposed to lose weight? Illy tells me something. And Illy, you burned this into my head. You said, eat what you want to eat. Just eat less of it. To some, obviously, I don't go eat plates of fettuccine Alfredo anymore, but get me wrong.
Why not?
I did.
You can eat a little bit of it. What's the problem with it?
Right. You're exactly right. So, and my first night working out at XForce, I told you I was going to Outback. And you said, what do you order? And I said, well, I don't know, a filet and broccoli and salad and maybe the bloomin' onion. She's like, have a couple bites of the onion, eat half your filet, salad, and broccoli.
And you're full.
I was full.
Exactly.
And it's crazy, by the way, how your stomach shrinks and all. That's true. I feel like it's true.
Yeah, but do you know what the problem is? People eat too fast.
Yes.
You have to wait. It takes 20 minutes to go the signal from your stomach to your brain that you're full. This is why in 20 minutes I can overeat every time because it takes time to register. If you eat slowly, put your fork down. Don't hold your fork the whole time. Put the freaking fork down. Have a conversation. Just look around. Talk to your bartender, whatever.
That's so funny you say that. At a sushi restaurant the other night, my son and I were eating the sushi, and we both started doing that, like randomly putting the chopsticks down. And we were just like chatting or whatever, and then we pick it up. So maybe that's like the game to like get yourself a salad, have a little bite of the bread. And that's why sometimes when the food's taking a while, you're like, oh man, I'm already full. It's because that 20-minute clock.
Correct.
Oh, dang.
That signal to register. That's why in a course of 20 minutes, people can eat a ton of food that they don't need to eat. And then you eat half of the meal and I'm full. I can't believe I'm full. And I used to eat this whole freaking...
And then save it a few hours later.
Correct.
Go eat it again.
Yeah, eat the next day. Save it, whatever.
Right.
Or give it to somebody if you're not a leftover person. Give it.
I'm a leftover person.
Right.
I am always. So that resonated with me. So you taught me like I can go on a diet without changing what I eat for the most part. And I love my fettuccine Alfredo. I had some on Saturday night at a new Italian place. I got the gnocchi and the fettuccine. I'm like,
perfect.
So I just ate a little, but I was happy. It's okay, right? And you also, you taught me how to eat, taught me how to not drink, what to do. But ultimately, guys, it's on you. So here's a question, Illy, how do they reach you? Where do they go? What do we do if somebody wants to try out?
Go to xforcebody.com and just sign up for the free intro workout, and we take it from there.
That's it.
And we actually don't charge to teach you and talk to you and have you experience the workouts. And what you experience at XForce Body, you can apply those principles at any gym. There's no strings because our mission is to teach and educate also.
Right.
My goal is not to sign you up as a client.
Right.
I want you to understand that you can be strong and healthy for a long, long time. Just apply those simple principles. And they're not just for XForce. They're anywhere you can apply them.
Right.
You know?
And what I've learned from starting that 6 years ago has translated. I mean, guys, I don't know a lot of people who went on a diet, lost 40 pounds 6 years ago, and still look similar. Now, I put on weight, but what Illy's taught me too is I put on muscle.
Of course.
You go down, get rid of all the fat. We don't have a lot of muscle, and then when you start putting the muscle back on, you go up a little bit. But I bought all my new clothes about 5 years ago.
I remember.
You remember? Oh my God!
He goes, Ailey, I'm gonna kill you. I gotta buy on your closet.
I like twice, right? So I did. I bought like interim clothes when I was like 20 pounds down. When I hit 40 pounds down, I was like, oh my God, I can't even wear these. But it's kind of funny because then you put on the stuff you used to wear, and you're like, dude, you're like, hey, by the way, friends, why didn't you tell me I was so fat? I'm asking you. That's right.
They couldn't see under your Columbia shirts.
You
were hiding it.
She'll never let me live that down.
You were hiding it under the.
I had a Columbia shirt. And
they were like a tent.
They were in every color. I put my logos on them for my company. It was like Mr. Columbia.
Do you
shirt.
wear any of those anymore? No. Good. Yes, thank you.
No. Matter of fact, when I go to Chubby's and I buy the they have those button downs, are real soft, kind of similar to those. I now wear a size
now you're
small.
wearing fitted.
Oh my God, they are. They're like tailored. They're fitted.
It's amazing.
Right? And like, look at the shirt now. I'm wearing. I don't know what size this is.
Make
15 and a
shopping
half.
fun again.
It does. Now I got to go do it again. But anyway, Illy, so XForceBody.com. That's where you guys got to go. And you listen. If you reach out to me, if you go to contactfrankthebank.com and shoot me a quick message, I'll go. I will personally go on your appointment when you're going for the first workout, and I'll tell you what I did. I'll meet you with Illy if you want me to. I'll laugh at you when you want to throw up when you're almost done with your first workout.
We're gonna show you his before picture.
You are gonna. That's right. You have my picture on the wall. I'm in underwear. I'm not gonna lie. She does have a picture of me in underwear on the wall. It's boxers. But it's true. It works. It really works, guys. You got to make a habit. And my thing is the habit is so easy.
Yeah, but do you know what though? I don't believe there's a good habit or a bad habit.
Okay.
I believe there's a conscious habit and unconscious habit.
Okay.
So munching and overeating and going to the fast food, I believe it's not a bad habit. Unconsciously we do things.
Right.
And if we become more conscious and understand that there's no good or bad, it's how am I going to feel 10 minutes later? How am I going to feel when I step on that scale tomorrow?
Right.
Just becoming conscious of everything we put into our body, everything we do, right? It's a whole.
It is. We do a lot of things subconsciously, but things like this, getting into this habit and just even going into the gym 2 days a week and being with the trainer and seeing Illy and seeing the other motivated people, the trainer asks you the questions.
Oh, but now having a trainer, that's a whole next level.
Oh, gosh.
Right?
It's the best. It's called accountability.
It's called accountability.
Got like 30 seconds.
Right. It's not because you can't work out by yourself.
Right.
But it's because you care that much.
That's exactly
You
right.
want your trainer.
Yep.
You're going to push harder.
Yep.
You're going to do better. And you're going to be safe because obviously we coach form as well. But
yep. And by the way, guys, it is an appointment. So if you're a businessman, you're making an appointment. You're not throwing it into your schedule. Every Tuesday and Friday, I'm going at the same bat time, the same bat channel, and it becomes part of my life. Anyway, Illy, thank you for coming on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Especially we didn't talk about Charlie. That's okay. We love Charlie. We love free speech. We want you guys to think about that. Be good people. Be kind to each other. And just think there's no place in this world for violence for any reason, especially speech. XForceBody.com. We'll see you guys next week. All right, Instagram. Iliana will talk for a quick minute on Instagram while James finishes up the show. James, I'll send you that title here in just 1 second. But guys, thank you for joining. We appreciate everybody watching. We do want you to like and share and send this out there. This isn't all about. It's not all about business on here. Illy was born in a communist country, and I really wanted to do this on the show. We ran out of time, so I'll probably just have to have her back next week to talk about it, or the week after when she's available. But Illy, you brought a perspective to the table. You saw